Communities in South Australia's far north say they're disappointed by the findings of a federal government report on renal dialysis services in Central Australia. The review includes $13 million for patient accommodation, but some say it still missed the mark.
The report investigated problems caused when Aboriginal people from the top of South Australia go to the Northern Territory for renal dialysis treatment instead of their home state. This has overburdened the dialysis services available in several Northern Territory centres. The federal government says the state and territory governments need to reach an agreement.
Now, clearly, we need to understand that renal treatment is primarily the responsibility of state and territory governments.
$13 million has now been allocated to help patients and their families find accommodation in Alice Springs and Tennant Creek.
It's another significant commitment by the Australian government. Renal dialysis is absolutely required to be expanded throughout the Northern Territory, and we're working in partnership with the Australian government to do that.
But not everyone is feeling as positive. The Aboriginal Lands Women's Council has told the ABC the federal government should have taken more control and provided services that can be used by patients from across the border. Jonathan Nichols from Uniting Care Wesley says after lengthy consultation, communities had high expectations.
People were expecting an action plan, funding, and a clear sense of where we would be going in 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years. It's much vaguer than that.
The South Australian government says it will continue to fund people's treatment in the Northern Territory, but it's up to that government to increase capacity in Alice Springs.
Now, I understand they're a small jurisdiction and this is difficult for them, and we're happy to work through sensibly the solutions. But, we can't build infrastructure for them. We don't run hospitals in the Northern Territory.
The federal minister is planning to meet with his state counterparts to further discuss the issue. Alina Eacott, ABC News, Adelaide.